So, Tay, you mentioned it, but you transferred from Georgetown to Colorado. And we're going to talk about your time there, and then we're going to get to your senior season. Tell us why you chose Colorado first.
I will say I wanted to leave Georgetown after my freshman year, but I knew I wasn't good enough. I knew I wouldn't have a good team, so I waited another year to get some more game film, to kind of like, just lock in a little bit more. Because I knew I had a lot of kids now, and I got to say this, they just go to school.
Yeah.
Any little thing.
Yeah.
And I will say, I had dealt with a lot my freshman year, and that was the year I really should have left after, but I just kind of stuck through it. And I don't know if that's because my parents like really was keeping that like that dog mentality in me, like you got to keep going. It doesn't really matter. Like, oh well. But I vividly remember I was like, I don't even want to play basketball sometimes, because freshman year be so hard. Yeah. And so I ended up staying another year. Sophomore year, I ended up getting game film. I was like, I want to go play in a bigger conference. Like I want to play in the league one day. I wanted to like play pro. Like I had all these different mentalities. Cause I felt like I could. Like I was low key doing really well, like against more of the seniors and stuff. Like on my team and stuff. So I felt like I had a little bit more confidence. And so I ended up going to a bigger conference. And I did consider staying home, but again, I just wanted to be spontaneous and just like, let me just go out somewhere I ain't never been. So I ended up doing that. And it was kind of different because the very first year I got there, they didn't pass the NCAA transfer rule, so I had to sit out a year. So that was a thing. But they ended up, I think, maybe like 4 months in, NCAA had just passed it, so I was immediately able to play.
Oh, that's
and
love.
So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So my coaches was not expecting, everybody was excited, so I played. I did terrible my first game. We played against Arizona. I was like,
this is real.
Welcome to the Power 5. Welcome to the Power 5. Like, oh my God, it was so hard. Like, and I was like trying to remember. We had like 80 plays, not even gassing. We had 80 plays.
Yeah.
Not even including sideline and about like, we had 80 plays. And like this different scenarios off the play. So it was like so much I had to remember, like defensive schemes, et cetera, et cetera. So,
but that Sweet 16 run your senior year. When we was at Duke, when y'all beat Duke.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Did you, first of all, I did not know Tim was there. Tayanna did not introduce me to Tim until like 8 years after. 8 years. I don't know what she had going on. I'm like, oh yeah, he was at the game. What is going on?
Well, we was only together for like, maybe like, was it a year yet?
We met in 22, so I think that was
we met in 22.
Okay.
Yeah. So it had been like maybe
almost a year.
Almost a year.
Well, let's cut out. We'll come back to the
how
did y'all meet? I need the story from Tim. Tell us how you guys first met. From Tim, I want to hear it from you. How smooth you were. Let's see that.
I don't know if it was anything smooth. It was a little something, but no. So I'm a basketball official. I ended up in Colorado. From Kent State. I had tore my hamstring my sophomore year. I went to Miami of Ohio, which is about an hour from home, to get my degree. Got in business. After getting my degree, I got hired by Amazon as a manager. They moved me to Toledo. Did really well there for a few months. Then they moved me to Colorado. So that's how I got in Colorado. And then I've been reffing basketball since like 2018. And so I was reffing a high school camp, but it was at Colorado where she was playing at. And she was doing the scores table for my game. And she was terrible.
Yeah.
So like, y'all know if your games are just awful, you trying to like, all right, let's get to the next game. These girls was like probably the worst basketball I've ever seen in my life.
It was so bad.
She over there on her phone, not starting the clock.
I was not paying attention.
I'm like, you can start the clock and be on your phone, but not starting it. I done ran like 6 times up and down, like, yo. So she wasn't paying attention. I think that's kind of what kind of got our conversation started.
Yeah.
But she was on her phone a lot. She's an athlete. She's beautiful. I'm like, I ain't gonna pay her no attention. Like, I'm gonna stay out the way because she probably got,
Yeah.
I'm really gonna leave her alone. I'm just gonna leave her alone. Stay on my way, do my thing, and then I think, actually, I know exactly what happened. The girls got the ball jammed between the backboard and the rim. I got stuck. And in the gym with 6 courts, apparently there was no extra basketball, so nobody could throw a ball to get it out.
So you jumped up there and
I had to come from half court to go get it. I said, oh my God. So I got it. I go back to half court. I look over at the side, the scores table. She doing like this.
Yeah. I mean, he looked mad. Yeah,
she got
He looked mad athletic. I was like, oh, snap. So I guess it was like...
like him? Oh, snap.
Bro, I did not notice him at all. But, like, I don't know. Just like, okay. And then I'll let you continue. Sorry.
Yeah. So after that, she started talking to me a little bit more. So, like, I was running a bit down the court. She was, like, saying stuff. She's like, oh, you who, blah, blah, blah. And conversation went from there. And then she had, like, I guess it was a girl on her team the year before. She was sitting there, but she was talking about me, which made Tay, you know how girls get jealous.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and then, so yeah, we kept talking, and I think after my games, I was done on that court. She was watching one of these star hoopers that was coming up. I don't remember her name. I think it was like Bree something. And she was going to go watch that game. And I was like, I'm going to go watch with you then too. So, and it was on the same
We was recruiting her. Colorado was recruiting her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was in the same gym. So I had another ref one of my games so I could sit and talk to her. We talked for pretty much the entirety of the game. Her coach had came over too.
Oh my God.
And sat next to us. I was like,
weird. That was so weird, bro.
So, I'm trying to talk, and her coach and her son over there staring. I'm like,
yeah, it was a lot.
And then,
because she was like, who's this Tay? I was like, I just met him today.
Right.
Yeah, so
It was nice though.
then at the end of that, we was about to like go our separate ways, and she had mentioned that she was in a word and that she believed in God, but she kind of brushed over. Like she talked about everything else, but she brushed over, and that's what I was looking for in a woman, who was seeking the Lord and truly kept Him first. And so when we was about to like go our separate ways, I was like, hey, I would love to hear more about your story about how you were saved and everything like that. So can I get your number? So
That was fire. That was fire.
I couldn't say no.
Couldn't resist.
I couldn't say no, bro. Yeah, that was. I was like, what? I gotta say yes. I gotta say yes.
That's fire.
Got her number. We hugged, and she went her way. I went mine, and it was history.
That's
So,
love.
yeah.
That's love. Man. That's love. So going back to the Sweet 16, the game at Duke, it was crazy, right?
It was crazy.
And then you go up against a juggernaut in Iowa.
Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
talk about playing against Caitlin Clark
Oh my God.
and prepping for somebody of that caliber in college who has so much attention.
Yeah.
First of all, was she cold like that?
She was.
She was.
She was.
Because like
not gonna lie.
on TV,
On TV
like,
it's hype,
she's
but
cold, but
she's-
I'm like,
yeah.
yo,
Because
like, it's got to be crazy.
I'm here, and you're still shooting, bro. I'm here, and she's my height, so and I'm not short.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know that. Like she's a little short white girl, but like
she's
she's
6'1"?
She's 6'1", bro.
Oh, for real?
Yes, and she comes off screens like
Yeah.
she's very efficient. So like no, she's very tough. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. So I was leading up to that prep. I remember it was like frustrating because everybody was like all on her. I'm like, bro, we got it. You know what I'm saying? It's basketball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, and the reporters were like, are you sure? Offensively, they were, and I'm like, all right, well. And we were more of a defensive team. So it was, we only lost, I think, by like maybe 8 or 10 points.
Yeah.
10 was at the game. I would say, like, she leads her team well, like, especially in college. I think back then, if she was doing well, everybody else was doing well. So, she was very tough to guard. But before that, even getting to that game, like, when we played against Duke, I remember we didn't think we was going to beat Duke, to be honest with you. We was like, oh, my God, like, we're just grateful to be here. Like, I think, like, we wanted, how you want to do something, but you just were like, okay, what's going to happen, though? Like, if we actually do it.
Really March Madness.
Yeah. It was crazy. So, it was really fun. I think it was just like, for me, being at home, like, that was my very first time getting to play.
Yeah.
Number one, I thought about going to Duke one day, right? But I'm playing against Duke, and I beat, like, my dad, like, he was excited. It was, like, really, really cool. Like,
it was a crazy
it was a crazy moment, like, just surreal. Like, and then I was more excited because, like, you came, like, all my other friends and family came, like, cousins, like, everybody that you don't ever see me hoop. So, like, it was really, like, surreal. And, like, I was like, I got to go off. So, it was just really fun, like, to be in that moment. And, I will say, like, it's probably one of my favorite games in my whole career is going to be, because it's just, like, it was so fun, for real.
Dope. That's dope.